If this is 7 days, I can't wait to see what 30 days is. Hey guys, welcome to my calligraphy vlog. Calligraphy. Why can't I say that word? My calligraphy vlog. Hey guys, welcome to my calligraphy vlog. I don't know how to write in calligraphy. I've never felt inclined to learn. If anything, I've been told my entire life I have nice handwriting. So I never went out of my way wanting to improve my handwriting. I actually found a book at Target. Target actually had a whole bunch of options. This one is called Calligraphy Made Easy by Ashley Gardner. The reason why I ended up picking this one out is because it is very much like a workbook. Everything is just in one place. I love that this book builds a foundation in how calligraphy works. It starts off with an introduction, selecting supplies, the anatomy of calligraphy, preparation, rules, the 45-degree angle, warm-up drills, and then you just practice a ton. We are gonna head to Hobby Lobby right now and look for a pen because let me see, here on page 8, selecting supplies, we're gonna see what she suggests. Oh, maybe I can get, these are my favorite pens for beginners. The tips are tapered and vary from stiff to flexible. My personal favorite is the Tombow Fudonowski hard-tipped pen, which I've seen that one before, but I personally do not have it. So that is the goal today for Hobby Lobby. We're gonna find a Tombow Fudonowski. I am finally back in LA. It feels so good to be sleeping in my own bed. Let's jump into calligraphy. I'm really excited to start this. I'm really excited. It's so funny because I just made a what's in my pencil case video. I just posted it yesterday, but now I have 2 new additions. It is the Tombow Fudonowski pen, brush pen. We talked about it yesterday, the supplies needed. I've already gone through that. But the next part is the anatomy of calligraphy. And I love the way that this book is set up because it has 16 different definitions. I'm not gonna go through all of them with you, but what's nice is there's an image up top showing you an example of what they mean. The rules. Here are the rules. Rule number 1, downstrokes are thick. Number 2, upstrokes are thin. Number 3, pick up your pen between strokes. Do they mean like each letter? Remember, the sharp transitions are calligraphy anatomy lesson. You will pick your pen up between sharp transitions and whenever you are starting a new letter. Oh, okay, so, okay. This is different from cursive writing where a word is one continuous stroke. Okay, that explains a lot. I always thought that calligraphy was one continuous stroke. Number 4, write slowly. This is the most important rule. Write very slowly, especially with brush calligraphy. Think of this as drawing and not writing. You will take at least 10 times longer to write each word if you are doing it right, and this is where I see most beginners become frustrated that they cannot get nice, thin, and thick strokes, usually because they are writing too fast. So, got it. We need patience. Ooh, okay, so we're ready for the first set of drills. It looks like I'm going to be writing with a pencil. By practicing these shapes and strokes, you will develop muscle memory to create smooth lines and curves. Try to imagine that your forearm, wrist, and hand are all moving together while drawing these shapes. Most movement should come from your elbow, not your wrist. Okay. It's interesting. It's like, let's do this first set of warm-up drills just using a pencil. I should probably use a number 2 pencil, but I don't have one, so I'm just going to be using a mechanical. The thing that I struggled with the most is I mean, something that I've noticed, I always use my wrist to write. I never incorporate the forearm and my elbow to write. So that was definitely weird. I felt like I was writing for the first time, or I was using my left hand. That's what it felt like. Number 3, I did completely wrong. This is what mine looked like, and this is the example. Mine are not tight whatsoever. I did have moments where I found myself rushing. Like I just wanted to get it over and done with. But I noticed when I took my time, like this section right here is a little bit more tighter, whereas all of these are spread apart. I thought I was gonna be able to move on to the next drill, which is using your brush pen right here. But you know what? I don't think I'm ready. I'm not used to writing with my elbow. I think for the past how many years, I mean, it's not that you're not supposed to use your wrist or anything, but my wrist has been putting in overtime. I don't know how I'm gonna do it in a couple of days, but I gotta start incorporating that elbow. I'm ready to move on to the pen. I've just been practicing my loops, that first warm-up drill with a pencil. I am a little intimidated because I feel like mistakes stand out when you're using a pen. I did get a little bit better. It looks better. It's a little bit more consistent. I do feel a little bit more confident. One of the things that did help me, like I said, was realizing that the loops don't have to be continuous. You need to pick up your pen between strokes when you're writing in calligraphy. And here I am just trying to get that done and over with as fast as possible. One of the things I haven't been able to implement in the warm-up drill is the 45-degree angle. Now that is going to be key when writing with a brush pen. Let's do this. Minimum. See strokes above that make up the word minimum. This is a great drill. Wait, am I on the right one? Oh my god, I skipped. Okay, let's go back. Downstrokes. Use heavy pressure. Ooh. Oh. Woohoo, that looks pretty good. It's not too bad. Like that to me looks really good. That looks really good. Yeah, this E here, like this is really exciting. This one here, I wasn't quite sure what the heck I was doing. It says here, practice naturally, varying the pressure applied. This is great for developing muscle memory. Oof, I'm not used to that. So I wasn't doing it like the example, how it's going from big to small. That's hard. I mean, that was even hard with the pencil. I mean, look at that. And then look at the example. Wow, you guys, I am really happy with how all of this is turning out. I think the only thing that I'm struggling with is I'm just not used to holding the pen like that. And that's why in these warm-up drills, it talks about how some of these practices are really meant to just like, you want that muscle memory. You want to be able to just naturally do it instead of having to like think about it. Because this is me when I'm writing. I'm like, okay, up and then down, up and then down. Like, remember to put pressure when I'm going down. That's gonna take some getting used to. I'd have to say I'm pretty proud with where I'm at right now. I've just been, over the last few days, I've just been practicing letters. Look at that. Not too bad, right? Something that's been really fun now that I got the hang of like just getting used to the strokes is playing around with how much pressure I'm putting down when I'm writing. It's not thick, or maybe trying to make it a little bit thinner, but it's definitely fun making it thick. I just think that when it's written thinner, it's a little bit more my style. I'm in shock. I can't believe that I've gotten the hang of this faster than I thought I would. If anything, I feel like the only thing that I have going for myself is the fact that I already have good penmanship. But if this is 7 days, I can't wait to see what 30 days is. I did it, you guys. I did it. I can't believe I've been putting off calligraphy for so many years. I don't know why I was so scared about just trying this out. Do I have the time to just learn this new skill set? But the fact that I've got it down in 30 days, the muscle memory, I doubted myself in the beginning, but the muscle memory is there. It's kind of crazy how it happens. In the beginning, I was a little bit intimidated because I'm reading everything. Okay, you need to do these exercises so that you develop muscle memory. But when you read it on paper, you're kind of just like, what exactly does that even mean? Now having to go through the entire process, it's there. It's actually there. For the last couple of days, I've been working on connecting letters. Now that I know how to write my alphabet, those lines that are in between the letters, that's what I'm working on. Sometimes you're just not thinking and you're just writing the letter. And then when you write the connector, you don't consider what letter is coming next and how that connector should look. Sometimes the connectors are below the baseline, and then sometimes the letters are long, they go past the baselines. You can do that, so it just gives it a little bit more character. It's your style. It's like whatever you want to do. I feel like there isn't a right or wrong way to writing in calligraphy, because everyone at some point develops and writes in a style that they much prefer. I now not only have an understanding for calligraphy, but I understand typography a little bit more, and I've seen how easy it is to learn how to write in a specific way. I'm really excited to branch out and learn other fonts. It'll really up my bullet journal game. You know, I'm trying to like make it look prettier and be a little bit more creative when it comes to creating my bullet journal spreads. A couple of things I've learned throughout this entire process. One, anyone can do this. I don't care if you have chicken scratch for handwriting. I don't want to hear that negativity like, oh, I have ugly handwriting, like I could never learn. No, the secret to learning calligraphy is really in muscle memory. It's very much like riding a bicycle, right? When you're learning how to ride a bicycle for the first time, there's always training wheels. And the reason why training wheels are there is to help us balance. But once you know how to balance, writing just comes easy. And that is exactly how calligraphy is. Number 2, take your time. I can't stress this enough. I know it gets really exciting. It is really important to take the basic drills seriously. I am so glad in the beginning, when I was working on that first drill with the pencil, every day for 3 days, I just practiced those pencil loops, and I thought, this is so stupid. Like, I don't understand like what the point of this is. I needed to just keep at it until I had a little bit more control in my hand, so that when I'm writing with an actual brush pen, the letters are gonna look flawless. If you don't take your time, then how do you expect yourself to discover what style you like? Now, this is just a given, but practice. Practice every single day. It really makes a difference, because if you take really long breaks, like a couple of days to a week, and you're moving on to the next drill, it's gonna be like you're starting all over again. Even if it's for 15 to 30 minutes, at least you're practicing and you're developing that muscle memory. I will see you guys next time. Bye.